That was it.
Yeah. I like too. Okay, Glorilla. Okay. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Big Sisters Brew. And I guess I should say welcome back because I went on a mini hiatus. I went on a hiatus because I was just trying to like figure out what my flow was, what my format was, just what was easiest for me. And as you see, I'm in a little mini studio. I have it all figured out a little bit. Not all figured out, but you know, I'll say like 20% of everything figured out. Not everything. We're getting there, babe. But I did a episode last season kind of like introducing myself, but I wanted to like redo it just cuz I feel like I didn't really introduce myself properly. My first impression was really bad. So, yeah, so my name is Erin for those of you guys who don't know and who are new. For those of you who aren't new and was here last season, welcome back. I'm from Carson, California, Del Amo, and I went to school my whole life in Long Beach too. So I have a little bit of both of the best worlds. I graduated. I feel like I'm at a freaking interview or something. I graduated from CSUN. Go Matadors. That's how you do it. I just saw like a really rude TikTok though, and I'm not gonna say his name, but this person sent me a video. He said that CSUN girls are HOES. And there's like a dorm where all the CSUN HOESs be. And I was like, I never lived on campus, so Superior Street, hey! Superior and Zelza.
Yep.
But yeah, so I went there and now I'm at Pepperdine. I'm getting my master's degree in psychology. So that's kind of how I wanted to have this podcast, like with mental health and psychology and just talking about LA lifestyle and like the do's and don'ts here basically, and just like the type of people who are here, what to avoid, what not to avoid, lifestyle choices, mental health choices, tips and tricks, all the good stuff. Big Sisters Brew, the way I created the name for myself was Big Sister. I'm an older sister, and I feel like as an older sister, you always have to be there for your younger siblings, and that's just kind of like in my nature, being like a nurturing, caring person. And I definitely think that comes from me being an older sister. And then the brew is like, what's brewing? What's the tea? What's in the pot? What's mixing up? So Big Sisters Brew. I think it's pretty cute. You know, it's a vibe. But yeah, that's what this next season's kind of going to be about. Just mental health tips, what I'm learning. And I wanted that to be a part of this journey too. Like, we're all learning and growing in our 20s, especially like I just turned 24 and I feel like I'm in the still the beginning, but entering my middle 20s. So, yeah, and I'm learning like each year. I did not like 23. It was not that. It was like not a vibe. That was like a really like learn. You need to learn, get wise, and figure it out. But we're here now and we're figuring it out. Okay. Ooh, I finally get to get into it. Okay, so Los Angeles County. There's like so many different parts in LA County, I feel like you have South Bay area where me and Liv are from, so like Long Beach, Carson, Compton's over there, what else? Gardena, Redondo, Manhattan Beach, like all the beach cities. Keep going up. There's Santa Monica. Santa Monica is a part of LA County, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Santa Monica, and then Culver City. Like if you're from here, downtown LA, like just the whole shabam. I think the Valley is a part of. A little bit of the Valley is a part of LA County too. So yeah, the whole shabam. We know LA County, but my thing is, I don't like what people think about us. Everybody thinks that our first impression Olivia, the way
No way. There's no way.
Okay, no, for real though. Like everybody thinks people in LA like are so different, and I posted a poll on Instagram the other day, and it was basically just what people thought about us. And I'm like, what is your first impression of people in LA? Like when you move here, or if you live here, if you're a native or a transplant, whatever. Everybody's like first impression of like people who are from LA is like, and also let me just put this out there. LA County, just because if you are from the like smack down middle of downtown Los Angeles, like, okay, cool. Like, you're from Los Angeles, you're from LA, we get it. But if I like go somewhere like across the country and I'm like, somebody's like, oh, where are you from? And then I'm like, oh, Carson. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, I'm just going to say LA because it's in LA County. So let's just get that out of the way. People from LA are fake. It depends on the city you meet somebody in, like if they're fake or not. It depends on if they are a native or a transplant. So native, like you're from here, one of the cities. Transplant, it's like you just came from another city and you're trying to get your life. Like you just want to be in LA. You're like LA is the place to be. It's the dream. And then this one person said that we're really fun and upbeat, but you just can't tell if it's genuine or not. And honestly, like that's like the biggest problem I think out here, because everybody is like, oh yeah, like we're all hipsters, we love each other, la la la, like this is la la land. But really, it's like you talk to somebody, you meet somebody, and either they feel like you're like, I don't know, I think they think you're a threat. Yeah, that's like what the rundown was of what people were saying like on my Instagram and everything, like about how people are, like what their first impression is of people from LA. And I kind of just wanted to describe like the different people of LA. So you got your South Bay City people, and I feel like over there, like we're all like a little vibe. We're just chilling, like we're like half beachy, half don't play with me. And then there's downtown LA, like that whole area. And for, I don't really know how I want to describe this. Wait, why are you laughing?
Because I'm waiting to see how you describe it.
I was trying to like, I low-key like didn't want to put what I like wrote down.
I know.
I was gonna skip over this whole part completely, but the way I'll say it is this: you have like the hood healers, the beachy people, the vibers, the gardeners, the I'm going to the stew guy, the bougie girl, and she will not take anything. Like you better have it all, bro. Get your bag, because she not going for it at all. Okay, I just tweaked out, sorry. She's not going for it though. She doesn't want you. She's bougie. If she has like what does she have to have?
Her Kurt Gurgler.
If she if she has her Kurt Gurgler, then she don't want you. She's bougie enough to be like, no, I got my own Kurt Gurgler. I don't need you, and I don't need you to buy me a Kurt Gurgler or a Bergen. She don't need you. But I don't know if I'm missing anyone. I don't really know if am I missing anyone? Like any like characters? There's the Valley Girl, like that's like typical, but I've never actually, that's a lie. I have met one person who is like a Valley Girl for real and like talks like that. You do know her. Yes, you do. I just don't want to say a name. But she talks like this, and like she's like, yeah, like oh, like, you know. You know this, bro, you know this person.
Oh yes, yes, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, she talks just like that, but she's from there. So I would say, but I don't think that's like a good, like, I don't think that's a good impression of everybody that's out in the valley personally. Like, I don't think everybody acts like that, but either way it goes, that's kind of like, there's different people in different areas. So if, I don't really, like, it just depends on where you're at. But yeah, people are fake out here, and that's real. I definitely think personally, since I'm from here, it's 50-50, and what ruins it is the people who come from out of California into California, and they try to like act like they don't act like themselves. And I think they try to like meet some standard or fit in. And it's like, babe, be your weird self, be your goofy self, be you. Nobody cares. And if you're not supposed to be in that group of people, like, and if they don't accept you for who you are, then those aren't your friends. Like, you need to go find a different group. There's so many. California, I would say SoCal. I'm not really going to talk about Northern California or the middle of California because, like, I just don't think I should speak on that. But SoCal is very diverse. It's very a melting pot. It's giving, like, we got this. We're DEI all the way still. But anyways, we're not going to get into that. So basically, like, the whole point of this show is first impressions of people out here and some tips on how to like break those barriers of getting to know people and not coming off so cold. Like, I don't know if people be having like a bad day or something, but girl, we could literally, everybody could be friends. I am a true believer of that. So let's advance in this shit. When you're meeting new people though, I feel like people think of it as it's like, okay, I already have my group of friends. Like, I don't need to venture out or anything. I'm good right here where I'm at. But I've learned so far this past year at least, like, I used to have a group of friends and, I started making some cuts just because, like, I realized we're just not on the same path. And that's not bad per se. It's just mainly like how I said, we're not on the same path. Like, you're going down your way, I'm going down mine. I'm trying to figure my own stuff out. And again, like, if you're in a group where, you don't feel like, I guess, like, I don't even want to say wanted because that sounds so sad. But we're just, like, not appreciated, then there's so many people, like, to me, like, to be around, whatever. And making new friends, having new relationships with different people, like, it doesn't have to be like boyfriend, girlfriend, like friend, like it could be like business partner type of thing. That could go a long way. And I don't think people understand that out here. People are just trying to like, I'm gonna do it myself, face ass. Like, no, bro, you could do it yourself, but there's a point that, like, some people who do make it and who do big things out here, I feel like they forget, the whole point of you starting something up is like to help people who are before you. And then I've heard people say like, oh, well, if, like, why would I like help them if I had to figure it out on my own? Well, I mean, like, that's kind of selfish of you. Like, if for me, like, when this, like, I'm starting this whole journey and if somebody came up to me and was like, yeah, like, I want help with this, like, I'm trying to figure this out, like, how did you get started? I would do everything in my power to be like, this is like how you can try to get started. This is like what I did. And I feel like it worked out. So, yeah. Okay. Let's just move on because no. Okay. Thou shall not judge. We're not at church, but thou shalt not judge. I know that's like a thing in the Bible because, like, why are you judging anybody? I got my life to worry about and you got your life to worry about. And I just think that's kind of crazy that people even do judge, whether they're judging you because of things that you're doing or they're just judging a book by its cover before they meet you. That's like, for me, like, I don't know. That always bothers me because you don't know this person, so get to know them. ASMR break.
Ugh. Ugh. Ew. Oh, Erin. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
I actually wasn't trying to do that. That was gross. Thou shalt not
It's like that
judge.
girl with
The
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That's what it sounded like.
the
Girl with the and she was like, do you want to hit this, Erin?
Bro, talk about first impressions. That was my first time ever meeting her, and that was a terrible, imagine. Okay. Like, I got stressed out thinking about that. Imagine you meet somebody the first day And it's your like a friend of a friend, and she's like, yeah, this is like Tiffany. And you're like, oh, hi, Tiffany, it's nice to meet you. And she's like, nice to meet you too. And I'm like, nice to meet you too. And then like she's like, oh, come with me really fast, like I need to go get my water bottle out of the car. And she's like, you could have some because like I know, like you could have some because like I know you were saying you were super thirsty or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then imagine you get the water and she's like, oh wait, let me take a quick sip. And then she takes a sip, and as she takes the bottle off, there's spit coming out of when I tell you that I never denied something so much, like I was even thinking about, I was like, oh, I'll just get a waterfall. I couldn't even do that because all of your spit was in the. Mm-mm. 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 I almost threw up. Okay. Anyways, thou shalt not judge. Thou shalt not judge. Don't judge. Don't judge. Okay. Yeah, don't judge anyone. Like, who are you to judge? Like, are you Jesus? No. I'll wait for Jesus to come judge me on Judgment Day, baby. Like, I don't need anybody to judge me. And if somebody judges you, you need to show them a clip of this and be like, yeah, Erin said you can't judge me because you're not any, you don't have any room to judge me. You don't know me. And I have this is my life. Mic drop. Anyways, yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, we kind of already know what that means. Like, there's, I'll say this. There's first impression where it's like first hand impression. Like, you're meeting a person and it's like they think what they think of you and you think what you think of them, whatever. But there's second hand impression. And I just came up with that the other day because I was sitting there and I was like, wow, like, I had just finished like gardening these plants and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I cannot believe some people like have a second hand impression. So, you know, like there's like, you know, like you smoke, like whatever. Then there's like second hand high. So that's from the smoke already coming to you and getting like second hand high, whatever. So, second hand impression is somebody getting an impression based off what somebody else said about you. And if I had $1 for every time somebody learned somebody did a secondhand impression based off what they heard from somebody else, I think I'd be the richest person ever. I'd be like living in the hills, like no bap. But you know, I just think, yeah, secondhand impression is really common out in LA. And I think that's why we get a bad rep out here because it's like he say, she say a lot. Like, oh my gosh, me and Olivia went to St. Anthony's High School. And if that's not the most he say, she say place ever.
I wonder, like, what crazy story there is about me out there. Like, oh, do you know Olivia? Like, yeah, she's the da-da-da-da. It's like, I didn't even do that.
Okay.
Wait, when did I do that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I hear all these stories about me, and I'm like, wait, what did that person say? To the point where I said to somebody one day, I was like, I don't know what you've heard about me, but if you didn't hear it from me, please just know that this is not true, like, at all. Okay, so there's this thing called the Gibson's theory of perception, and I just learned about it recently, so I'm gonna just give y'all a little bit of wisdom because, like, why not? But when you do not judge, you connect. Trade for a trade. So if you don't judge somebody and you're like, F it, I'm just gonna go introduce myself, meet them, be nice, see like who they are, whatever, and you potentially either will get something out of it, and if you don't like them, then at least you know, yeah, this isn't gonna work out, babe. Like, this isn't a vibe. So good for you. Good for you. But the Gibson theory, I'm reading from the iPad. The Gibson theory is direct perception. So basically it's just like exactly what you see. Me and Olivia walked into the studio and we were like, oh my God, this is so nice. I don't think we would think like, oh my God, this studio is like terrible. Like, the way we see everything is like what we perceive it as, and that's what it is. So perception is based on what a human can see right in front of their eyes, feeds off immediate surrounding or information. So my friend comes up to me And she's like, yeah, I don't like this girl. She kicked me in my shin the other day and spat on my face.
Oh my God. That's so mean.
Was that like aggressive?
Yeah, that's so mean.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll say something different. She's like, I don't like this girl. I don't like this girl. She's green and she came out of nowhere and she literally talks like, I think she's from another planet and I can't talk to her because she's not from here. She's an alien. I would be like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to talk to her either. She's green and she's like, I don't even speak that language. So I would perceive her as an alien because my friend second-handedly told me a perception about her. So that's basically what it is. And then right now, just an FYI, just for everybody to know, where there's like this thing called Erickson's stages of development. And in that, like right now, like we're obviously in our young adulthood area, but the main thing and the main point of this stage in our life is to learn so much about other people. And this stage, it's like intimacy versus isolation. So either you're going to be intimate with others, get to know people, make connections, or you're going to isolate yourself and feel like that loneliness. And later on in your middle adulthood life, it's going to be a struggle for you because you decided not to make those connections, or you were scared, or you were nervous. And obviously I'm not going to say like, oh, it's your fault, you didn't make a connection, like you didn't do anything. But I do think it's very beneficial to make those connections, even if you have something like social anxiety, for example. It's really hard to get over stuff like that because social anxiety disorder is very much real. And, you know, like,
Sorry. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I'm sorry. I triggered you.
I'm literally freaking out right now. I can feel myself.
Oh my God. Olivia has social anxiety.
Ew.
I should never told anybody that though, because now people are probably gonna come up to Olivia and be like, like a fucking green alien. Sorry, okay, I cussed. Oops, freaking boop. Okay, but I have some tools to help with social anxiety and yeah, like why it may be hard for people like who do experience this, like how they get it, why they get it, and like how they feel during the whole thing, and like maybe some things that can help them so then we can make those intimate connections. Not, and get your mind out of the gutter. It's not intimate like, ooh, yeah, oh yeah, welcome to Big Sister's Brew. This is an intimate time with me. Get to know me on a deep level. Ooh, that sounded like so nasty. It's not like that intimate though. It's like intimate, like, you know, you're just trying to get to know somebody, make a close relationship, business partner, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, whatever, how it goes. But yeah, it could be hard to meet people. It could be hard to conversate with people, and we'll make like a little plan. I can help you make an action plan. I'm not gonna advise you to do this and tell you like, yeah, you should do this, but I'm gonna let you know like this could be beneficial for you. So there's fear of rejection, and hesitation to put yourself out there because you don't know if you're gonna like. There's so much unknown with that. You don't know if you're gonna be judged, like I said, but like I feel like a good way to go into it is just introducing yourself, whatever, depending on where you're at. Me and Olivia went to this club, and it was like called Jungle, and it was like I've never been there before. I think it was like both of our first time, but everybody knows how it works out here. It's low key like Vegas almost, but except when you're here, you have to pay, or you don't have to pay. It depends on who you know and what promoter you know, and the promoters, they don't like to be called promoters, by the way, out here. They like to be, I don't know, like treachy, like I don't know, like stupid words. Like I don't even know what half the words mean out here. There's, oh, it's green, heard you, like can we get like a vocabulary book? I'm gonna make a vocabulary book for all the words out here so then everybody can understand, because I don't understand half the words that people are when they're talking to me. But we went in this one section. We got into this one section. And at first it was chill, but then we got moved, and I was like, bro, like what is going on?
But before that, I had gotten a drink, and someone made me spill my drink, and then all the girls started looking at me like I was some drunk bitch that spilled her drink in the section.
Yes.
Girl, I wasn't even drunk.
Like we just got here where we wanted to have drinks.
Yeah,
but
I'm ready to get drunk.
We couldn't. So then we moved to another area. We just walked around. We were like, okay, honestly, let's just go. We'll walk around. And I think we went to the bathroom, came out of the bathroom, and then this guy came up to us and he was like, hey, like I have this section. Like, do you guys want to come over? Like, whatever, whatever. He said, we have a bottle coming over. We're like, okay, sure, cool. That'll be fun. So we go over there. Before we even walk in, I don't know if you remember this. Before we even walk in, I see two girls like ahead of us. And she's like, they're just sitting regular like this, and her friend's sitting right here. And then they see me and Olivia, and then she goes, whisper, 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 like turning her head like this. And then I'm like, what? And then like as we're in there, like I just felt like a whole bunch of people were just staring at us. And I was like, bro, did we do something bad? Like, two bad bitches walk into a room and you do what? Like, you get mad. Okay, I'm short on time, but tools to help you if you do have social anxiety. Meet people, ignore negative thoughts. Therapy is a really good way. I know like a lot of people are scared of therapy sometimes, and it might intimidate them a little bit at first glance, but you don't. I think what gets like confusing for some people is like you go to one therapist and you're like, what if I don't like them? Okay, if you don't like them, then you'd be like, hey, like I don't think this is working out. Maybe I need to find somebody else, or if you have any other options, because they more than likely have a friend who is a therapist as well, and that can help you, and you might be a better fit with them. I think that would be like a good route. Exercising. I have a good one. Y'all go to Soul Cycle. Shout out Soul. Good for the soul. Cycling is good for the soul. But that's a good place to go to. It's really like inspiring, I guess is a good word, but motivating is also actually a lot better word. It's very motivating. The music is good, and it just like a therapist, you can pick any instructor you want to go to. If you don't like one instructor, you finish the class out. Next time you go into a class, you can pick a different instructor. It's whatever your vibe is. And then relaxation techniques. So right now and during the season, I'm going to be getting my yoga certification. What the heck? Yoga certification. And we're going to be doing some yoga stuff. And I think that'll be really fun, a good little vibe. And it'll be a little funny. Just doing like with friends and stuff. I'm going to stop doing that. Like girls in LA. Like y'all need stop doing that. There's two people who all like, oh my God, that always used to do this in high school. And like, wait, like,
oh my God.
And you mad like, wait, what you gonna do? Like, girl, I know your tongue hurt. Like, come on. But relaxation techniques is like journaling, going on a walk, like get off your phone, stop doom scrolling, yoga, meditation. It's really hard to do meditation. Like I'm still learning, but it gets easier over time. Even if that's just like you sitting down, eyes closed, chilling, whatever. And then I have a little action plan that could help out anybody who is going through this. So expose yourself to social situations and say yes. Obviously, you don't have to say yes to everything, especially in LA, because there's a lot of like crazy stuff in certain areas. But say yes to like, you know, like a coffee date with your friend, to just to interact with people, things like that. And then there's cognitive behavioral therapy. I know that's like a lot, CBT to be shorter, but this challenges like your negative thoughts. So when you're looking for therapy, look into cognitive behavioral therapy, and you can find a therapist who's mainly focuses on that, and then it can help you shift your negative thoughts to positive thoughts by like saying positive affirmations. For example, you could even write those on like sticky notes around your house, on like a little mirror. That could be helpful. Basically, like my takeaway from this whole episode is just like I said, first impressions is a big thing, but stop with all the secondhand impressions. Like, don't do that. Like, I get it if it's your friend and you want to be there for your friend and you're like, yeah, like she was talking mess about my friend, she said da 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 da. There's always two sides to one story, babe. That's one. And two, like, if it's your best friend, like if Olivia came up to me and told me like this girl said da 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 about me, and if my sister did that and then she's like da 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 da, I would be like, yeah, we don't like her. I would scope the scenery out next time we saw that girl, and I'd be like, yeah, we just avoid her. We're not going around talking about you. We're not doing all that stuff. Do it behind closed doors. Don't go on social media and sub people. We're not 14 anymore, y'all. Stop hiding behind that screen. Don't be scary. Don't be weird. I know LA people don't like that weird word. Don't be weird. That's weird. And just be yourself. That's like the main thing. Be yourself. Don't be afraid. And if somebody's going to judge you, then they're not meant to be in your life. Tips, like I said, anxiety, use motivation tips, like tools. You could even look some stuff up. I'm going to drop some links in on the bottom in the description for anxiety tips, motivation tips, and ways to like reframe like your thinking and like affirming your positive thoughts that you do want for your life and for yourself. And yeah. Okay, questions time. Question of the night, question of the evening, question of the show. Okay, so question of the show. Okay. When you first meet someone, what's the first thing that you're looking for or that you notice about a person? Ooh. Okay, like me specifically, I'm looking at your teeth. And I'm sorry, babe, but if your teeth aren't it, like, I don't know. Personally, like, I have some trauma with the whole teeth thing. Sorry. I have trauma with the teeth, the mouth thing. It just really icks me out. Yeah, it really icks me out. Like, I'm not going to go into detail about that until a later date, but I know for me, it's really just, like, really, really hard for me if your mouth is, like, yucky and you don't floss and you just have a whole bunch of, like, things, parties up in your mouth and clubs in the back with, you know, gingivitis and the plaque built up partying together. I just can't do it. So teeth. And then honestly, like recently I noticed you know, I've noticed that guys that I'll just say like have like a little crush on don't like me back. and the way it's like the way they interact, it's the way you interact with somebody when you first meet them. Like if you're like, okay, we're bouncing off like conversation, like okay, boom boom boom, like oh, we're talking, like you're cool, you get my sense of humor, you're sarcastic, chill. Like I think you can notice that like when you have like a little bit of a conversation with the person, like when you go out, for example. Like, but honestly, after I heard this one song, I'm never about to go out with no man that I met at the club. But that's a dub. Boy, I met you in the club. Okay, that's it. Yeah. You can't be my man. Boy, I met you in the club. What do you think this is? But yeah, that's like kind of what I look for. I look at your teeth. That's the first thing I look at. And if your personality is good, and I feel like you can, I don't know, people think I'm like a big flirt, but I think my personality is just really bubbly and I'm just overly nice to you. So yeah, if like you are like really a vibe, like upbeat and fun like people say LA people are, then yeah, I'm with that. I'm with the jams. Olivia, what about you?
First thing.
What's the first thing that you look at?
The first thing that I look at is the shoes that you're wearing.
Oh, I like that.
Because like, I just gotta know. And then like
they walk in with like Skechers.
Yeah, or like some Crocs, like some
strap.
Like yeah, what are we doing?
Okay.
And then physical.
I know, like, it's physical. I mean, obviously,
my eyes go right to the teeth. Like, that's first.
Yeah.
But then, like, what I'm looking for, like
no eye boogers, no boogies in the back cave.
You know what? Your hands.
Like, if you're, oh my God.
Fingernails.
Bro. Every man need to get their nails done.
Yeah, that clear coat is doing something for y'all.
I'm fine with the clear coat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with the.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, ooh, look at your nails. My nails are done too.
Mm-hmm.
She said, mm-hmm.
And they are.
Yeah. And people out here do say that a lot. Be like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, I had one more thing to say. I forgot. I'm just having so much fun on this little. Okay, I'm done. I had fun. This was awesome. This was my first like little episode in a studio, and y'all, I'm going to Dominican Republic. Hey. It's Olivia's birthday, so y'all all better say happy birthday to her. But yeah, next episode, I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do. More than likely gonna be about nightlife out here, because that's been a really big topic. And honestly, like, now that we'll know what to do when we go out to the club and when we see people judging us, we'll know, like, we'll just be like, okay, positive affirmations. we'll just talk about how the nightlife is because this is not tea. It's not clocking that tea. But we're done. Okay, thank you. Bye, Big Sisters Brew. Hey. Wow, this was so much fun.